Welcome to the party. It's your boy Malintent. We're back again for another day of Path of Exile. I wanted to just let you know my wife's in the hospital and everything like that. This is it's one of those interesting situations. I'm kind of here, kind of wanting to play. Because I said I was gonna play, and it was gonna be a holiday stream. I was gonna stream all day, people. I was gonna stream all day, and that is not gonna happen. So, just so y'all are aware, wife is in the hospital. Oh, wait. And since she's in the hospital, I'm probably gonna be going to the hospital in a little bit just to check on her and spend time with her while she's sitting in the hospital. I know it's kind of that's more of a standard thing for most people. They understand what I'm going through, what's going on with the wife, things like that. I'm just, letting y'all know because I don't want y'all thinking that I'm gonna be on here I don't want y'all thinking I'm gonna be on here very long. I'm only gonna be on here for a little bit until, well, really, I've got to go get my phone. Because as soon as my wife sends me a message saying, hey, I'm up and I'm about and everything like that. Well, she's not gonna be about, she's gonna be stuck in the bed. But as soon as she sends a message saying that she's up, most likely I'm gonna be stepping out of here. So other than that, everything's going pretty good. I'm just kind of rolling through, trying to see what I can do, things like that. This is the build that I was working on. I don't know if y'all remember that. Equipable. So I'm gonna do that. Put this one back. All right, so we got one of these in place, and that's a 20. So let's go ahead and put the rest of this away. Put all my money away. All right, put that away, that away. It's 1,000. Oh, I can't put that on until I'm hit 30 anyway. Yeah, let's throw this in there. These two go away. There we go. We're getting much better, much better. So malediction's got to be in place. There we go. Now, one good thing or one thing about this is gift. I've got a few of these. I got a few of these. I know I got another one. There we go. So the reason why I'm gonna, there we go. I know I should put, parandis and everything like that. I should actually try to keep that in place. Oh, I'm running out of intelligence. Uh-oh. So this is where feasibility and feasibility of play and stuff like that comes in. So I'm 6 intelligence too small, too short, and everything. So what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and make ourselves a little bit smarter. There we go. We got the intelligence right here. Gotta take care of it right there. And so now let's go ahead and look at this. So we got power charge on crit should be there. There should be a power increased crit. I got 2 crit rings at 30%. So when I go ahead and I look at critical strike chance, main hand has got 29.64%. That's not that good. That's not as good as what we need. We need higher crit chance to really get to start utilizing the power of flicker strike. So there's a couple of things. So hold up. Let's we know I can't use my chess piece yet. See, that chess piece doesn't happen until 35. But by the time we hit 35, now what we could do is we could do the following, which would give us the ability to kind of run crit. So I got a good poison capability, but I just don't have the crit capability yet. And we're working on it. The next configuration is going to be crit, and we're going to put it in the daggers. That's poison for daggers. Where's the crit? There's a crit. There's some crit I'm supposed to be getting. Man, where's my crit? Let's go. Multipliers for crit. Movement speed with crit. So all we're doing is we're going for those crit nodes as early as possible to try to help out with the with my ability to crit. Oh, where am I doing? We're going back here. That's how we roll around here. Mm-hmm.
Whoever built this was desperately compensating for something.
Do, 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 do. 45% chance to crit. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna see how many what my crit chance is gonna be when I. So I got one charge. Got 2 charges. I'm at 63% chance. Oh, 72% chance.
Just need a moment to catch my breath.
Mm-hmm. Ta-da! Yeah, so there's no way I could actually continue to roll that route. Not without getting my crit up. That's okay, I can do this.
You'll find no fate here. Katie made sure of that.
There we go. Woo! I'm going to sit there and figure out exactly what I'm going to do here. That's good poison. That's a good poison. So I got mana leech, right? Right? How do I got mana leech at all? Yes, I do have mana leech with attack damage. All right. I might have to put a point in here just to get that extra. But what I really want to do is get down here and get this crit here. And that should get us a little bit more crit capability. Hold up, let's make sure we got everything we're supposed to. That one's +3, yeah, +3 to crit. And then gotta get that crit up. Gotta get that crit up. As soon as we get crit up to a decent amount, this build becomes really interesting. So at the beginning, like I said, at the beginning, it's all about just using Cobra Lash. Then after we get into the ascendancies, the ascendancy part of the build, everything kind of changes a little bit as well. What I mean by that is when the ascendancy changes and we get into the ascendancy, the first thing that we're going to be grabbing is some more critical strike chance capabilities. And then after that, the second ascendancy is going to be poison chance Got to get that poison chance up next, right? But I think it's gonna be less poison chance on getting poison chance up than it's gonna be getting more crit. Crit is gonna be the most important thing. The poison chance and the poison chance capability, that's gonna come a little bit, but I think the crit chance is gonna be the most important. Because as soon as we can get that extra, as soon as we can get that extra poison chance in place, things become a lot differently. Crit, so we can always crit, so we can always have a power charge and override the configuration. Ooh, that hurt. That's my first death, actually. Oh, hold up. Hold up. Deaths. There you go. If I can't spell, I can't get it to work. Mm. Come on. Poison ain't gonna last, huh? Miss Intent, she had to go in for surgery for twisted bowel. So they had to remove some of her large intestines and everything like that. Uh, you haven't gone to lift your bed except for to go to the hospital? Ah, dude, I can understand. Oh, that was terrible. That was terrible. I thought I was close enough. I was gonna be able to do it. That's my second death. They got probably go back again tomorrow. They got a guy scan my leg and give me a better drug, something, anything. Nah, I'm not 98 yet, man, dude. I'm sorry. I'm just not in the mood to actually try to do a grind.
Not a single working boat in sight. More walking and killing for me.
I'm only on right now just because, you know. So no. I'll get on and play later. I just don't feel like it right now. I'm gonna be in. Let's just be honest. I'm gonna be going to the hospital in about, maybe about an hour or two, and I just want to I want to be in good headspace when I go to see my wife. In the hospital. I just don't want to be not in a good headspace and the grind right now would not put me in a good headspace. Yeah, hopefully she does get better. Well, I mean, she went through the surgery last night pretty much good. So I went to the hospital around about. I got to the hospital around about 8 something. And they didn't start operating on her until 8 that night. P.S. Getting older sucks. Gives the doctors a bunch of check boxes that they want to get, they want to fill. Well, so yeah, I understand them on that. My wife actually, when she went, she was sitting there and she was in so much pain. She was crying. She was crying from abdominal pain. And then, so I was at work actually. So I went to work, had no idea that she was sitting there. Well, I went to work because she's always in the bed when, in the bed anyway when I leave. So I left, went to work. Didn't expect her to, didn't expect to hear. I was going to try to get off work early because it's, 4th of July weekend. And, I was just like, okay, we'll be good. I'm gonna go, hang out, do my thing. And so, I was just like, okay, 4th of July weekend, I'm getting to hang out with my wife, do what I need to do. And what happens is I'm sitting there instead of I'm at work. My daughter sends me a text saying mama's throwing up. I'm like, okay, not a problem. Yeah, I'm gonna come home. And so then I'm packing up, heading home to, just to head home because my wife's throwing up, right? Um, if I black out, that's my limit. Yeah, understandable. So I'm traveling to go. I'm traveling to come home because my daughter called me. You know, she messaged me, "Hey, mom, blah blah." So I'm like, okay, boom, I gotta go. So I leave work. I'm coming home. Excuse me. So when I'm coming home, all of a sudden I get another text. You know, mom's crying. She's vomiting again. She's in so much pain. I was like, call 911. Call the ambulance. I mean, I can't get there. Not that quick. So we call 911. 911 comes, picks her up. I get here right as soon as 911 is about to take her away to the hospital. So then I go, you know, I'm like, okay, which hospital you taking to? Blah blah. I go over to the hospital. We're in the hospital. We're in the room and everything like that. The doc comes in. The doc's like, hey, you know, it's very good that you came in. Blah blah and all this other stuff. You have. They did a CT scan with contrast or whatever it was. You have a twisted bowel. Blah blah. We're gonna have to have the surgeon come talk to you, blah 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 blah. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. So we're sitting there in the ER room from 8 in the morning till right about 1 o'clock. Then at 1 o'clock they move us to the room. They check her into a room. We still ain't talked to no doctor. It's like, okay, all right, there's no doctor. When are we gonna see the doctor? Blah blah. They're like, okay, well, you know, we'll get the doctor. The doctor come see you as soon as possible. Blah blah blah. Right. So we're sitting there. And it's like almost 4 o'clock. They're like, oh, we're gonna take her to surgery prep. We ain't talked to a doctor yet. Okay, I understand she's supposed to go to surgery because there's something wrong and she's probably going to need surgery. But nobody, and I repeat, nobody has told us a thing other than, oh, she's got a twisted bowel, blah, blah, blah. That's it. So we still in the dark. We don't know what's going on. We still in the dark trying to figure out where in the world, what's going on. So she's got a twisted bowel. So they were like, oh, well, the doctor is, what was it? The doctor is, what was it? How did they put it? You haven't had a chance to talk to the doctor yet, blah 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 blah. What was it? They said something specific about it. Now I forgot what it was. Hmm.
Be well.
Oh, it was like, oh, the doctor is in isn't even in the facility. That's what it was. The doctor isn't even in the facility. The doctor is so So the doctor and everything like that is at another facility, in surgery at another facility, doing surgery on somebody else. And I'm sitting there like, okay, well, you know, that's good to know, but nobody told us, you know, what was going on. Sorry, I had to. I was trying to figure out what I need to do with these powers right here. Hey, what's up, Serenade? How's it going? So the doctors like, okay, you know, they were like, as soon as she's done with the surgery over there, she'll come over here and you'll be able to talk to her when she gets over here. So I'm like, okay, well, that's good to know. So we're sitting there and surgery time comes and they're like, oh, well, right now we did a request for any of the doctors. The other doctor's is good too, so you don't have to worry that he's really good too. I'm sitting there like, okay, so the other doctor's really good too. How do I know that the other doctor is really good? I mean, you guys are making a little bit too much fuss and that y'all can't get a doctor here. So then we go to the, you know, I'm just sitting there like, okay, all right, okay. And so I'm trying to figure out what, you know, what's going on. Finally, the doctor gets there. Doctor gets to the hospital, and when the doctor gets to the hospital, she's hold on a second. 25, 40, 25, 50, and a multiplier. I do this one. Ah, that's why I didn't do that one. Okay. I'm pretty sure when I go in tomorrow and I ask them to do scans on my hip all the way down to my knee, we are going to discover something. Hopefully it's not too serious. I think the vaccines just triggered my immune system to go into overdrive and highlight whatever the issue is. You still can't sit up. Ooh, that sucks, dude. That sucks. So I finally get the doctors to kind of tell me what's going on. Mega sucks. Yeah, I know. So we signed the waivers and everything like that so she can go in and do the surgery, right? Now, when she signs the waivers to do the surgery, of course, we're like, okay, well, you know, got to do what we got to do.
I could hardly hope for better results. Journey well.
I'll pray for you.
Name's Kitfire. You're not the most been an watch out for spiders.
But either way it goes, that's where we are. That's where we are. Yeah. I don't know why this thing doesn't work. I have rogue markers.
I'm watching you.
Don't get me wrong. I have rogue markers. I just don't understand why I can't get them to work. It says use your rogue markers in any town, right?
Act with care.
It says use rogue markers in any town to get yourself.
I am iron. You shall be rewarded.
And I have rogue markers. Look, I got a rogue marker. You do not have a required quest state to use this item. But let's just be honest, it says right here. Use rogue marker. Oh well. But that's where we are right now. I forgot which act you need to complete. Gotta talk to NPC in the first town whose appears is unlikely. It's a great game that we play. I understand, yeah. So I went back to the first town. I don't see the person. I that's what I did. I went back to the first town. I was like, oh, I probably got to go talk to somebody. And so I went to every town, and there's nobody who's rogue marker esque. Oh, it's in Act 5? Okay, so that's just probably left over from because I have rogue markers. Act 6, okay. Yeah, it's just probably a leftover from one of the other character runs. It knows that I have access to it, and it's like, hey, you haven't done this in the other guy. You need to do it. Extra life and a soul eater? Oh, that sucks. Oh, you're trying a minion build? Which minion build are you trying? Wretched Defilers. Hey, did y'all hear about the cool thing about what's it called? The coolest thing about mercenaries. Before anybody else, before you do anything else, buy a Doriani's the Doriani's chest, put it on the mercenary. Put it on the Absolution mercenary. It is crazy. Put it on the Absolution mercenary. Put on every ring that you can to downgrade his lightning. Negative his lightning as much as possible. You could do negative whatever. Negative, get it to negative 200, 300, whatever it is. The Doriani doesn't work against them. They get the benefit of the extra damage without taking the damage like you would normally with normally like you would normally do. It's crazy. I haven't gone in before mapping either. I just was sitting there and it was in the top right left hand corner. I was like, hey, let me try it. Negative 200 is the max. Whatever the negative is, you can get it to the top negative on your mercenary, and your mercenary is not going to get negative effects from it. I'm just letting you know. I found out about that. It's not supposed to work that way, just FYI. It's not supposed to work that way. This is just something that was discovered. Us minion players, we like to find this information out. So if you want to doggone do, if you want to do like Ubers and stuff like that, get yourself a mercenary, get yourself a Doriani's, get yourself a mercenary that does absolution. Get yourself a mercenary, get the Doriani's chest piece on, and watch how awesome and utterly superb it makes them. So cool. I didn't know about it until just a while ago, so I was like, I run absolutions. I need to buy me a Doriani's chess piece. I run mercenaries like that. I love them. That's what went through my head when I first heard about it. And Doriani's prototype is 85C right now. Nope, 89C right now. You can throw that on your mercenary. Bam! Your mercenary is just so awesome. No, the race to 100 isn't over. Are We Dead Yet is down and out for a while because he's having a little bit of issue. At the same time, let's just be honest, at the same time, my wife is in the hospital right now and I just don't feel like playing right now in that way.
Our hopes are with
She's in the hospital. I'm here. I'm just wasting time right now. I'm just wasting time before I go to the hospital to go spend some time with the wife. If you want to be honest, I am just chilling until it's time for me to go. Because, well, okay, so my wife usually sleeps until around about 10, 11 o'clock and everything like that. Oh, well, I wasn't really losing that race, okay? I might have been behind, but I wasn't really losing that race. I had plenty of time to overtake them and beat them because I could just process more experience faster than they could, I'm just saying. If you thought I was losing, you really weren't paying attention to how much experience I could pull in. I was just getting ready for the last push, 89, 98 to 100, or 98 to 99, 99 to 100. I had the plan set so I could just boom, 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 pull in as much experience. The 99 to the 100 was gonna be the hard part, though. That was gonna be the hard part. I was gonna win that. That's just, that's just the way I was. Especially now that you can't play. Hold up. Was that chill so good? The other day that twisted her intestines. I turned 50. The doctor made me bedridden, but they got their little check boxes checked. Oh, that's so messed up. Understandable. Hold up a second. I gotta go get my phone. It was on charger. Interesting, guys. I thought they were supposed to help people stay healthy and active. Boy, was I wrong. That's kind of messed up. When did she just send this? Hmm. Okay, guys, y'all gonna have to hold up for a second. My wife did it. My wife is actually awake, so I'm gonna call her and see if I need to go to the hospital right now. So just give me a second on that. I have to continue moving stuff to the new place, but I hope everyone has a holiday. Have a holiday, and I'm sorry to hear health is not great all around. Hope everyone heals quickly. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sucker man. Thank you. Oh, y'all don't understand. She's driving me crazy because she ain't answering her phone. I'm gonna have to call the hospital.
Swallowed by the dark. I seem to be causing it a little indigestion.
Okay, so my wife just sent me a message, and she sent a message maybe about if I'd have got my phone when I told her I was gonna get my phone, because my phone was gonna be charged at 9. Of course, she sent the message at 8:59. 8:59. So, but the message says she hurt her. She hurt her shoulder somehow, and she doesn't understand how. And I was like, okay. So I got to try to figure out. I was trying to figure out if I need to go ahead and come early, because I mean that's what I normally do is I normally come see her when she wakes up, and she messages me normally right when she wakes up. Well, she woke up. The doctors hurt her shoulder. I don't know. I don't know how she hurt her shoulder right now. She's like, the message is, the message exactly says, exactly. Now I pulled my shoulder and it's like painful and crying. And so I'm sitting there like, okay, well, let me go find out if I need to go pick her up. Or, well, I can't pick up. She's not gonna get out the hospital for at least another 2-3 days. Just FYI, Minimum it'll be Sunday. Maximum it'll be about Tuesday. Probably rotated her when she was out of it. Happened to me when I had lithotripsy. Okay. come on. All right, there we go. Fancy turn for shock the big rock so that I could pass it out. Kidney stone zapper procedure. Ah, okay. Well, either way it goes, I'm probably gonna find myself the next section piece, and then after that, I'm gonna probably log out of stream. I thought I was gonna stream longer because she usually doesn't wake up until around about, noon or later. But she sent me a message, and since she sent me a message, that means she's up or she's semi-conscious. So since she's semi-conscious, it might be time for me to go ahead and just roll. Might be time for me to just roll up there to go see her. See how she's doing.
Just need a moment.
Good luck. Why I gotta have good luck? Why's it gotta be good luck? It should be just a hey man, no problem. You have you have a good time. It'll be all right. Everything will be okay. Not good luck. Good luck make it seem like
I do hope these constipated fowls don't find their release months.
hope the doctors are better than mine. That's a good question. We were in the hospital last night, and I was sitting there talking to my wife. I was like, hey, you remember how I don't believe in the education system currently right now, because the education system is just terrible. And I told her, I said, the only time the education system really needs to be good is when you got a doctor. When you get a doctor, you don't want that guy who barely squeaked by with a C. You want that doctor that got an A. You want those the A students. You don't want that doctor that is like barely squeaked by, don't know what he's doing, barely knows what parts of the body is what, You don't want any of those. You want somebody who made it, somebody who's like, I know exactly what the problem is, or is able to figure it out because they're smart, right? That's what you want. You want that guy. You don't want that. You don't want the guy that you think is a doctor because he barely squeaked by. He passed the test, but during he passed the test because he's got 80%, less than 80% chance of getting the stuff right. You don't want that guy. I want the guy that was like, Everybody does make a mistake. I'm sorry. I want to, 99% of the time I'm right. That 1% I screwed up, right?
I felt it.
That's the guy you want. You don't want the guy that's like, yeah, someone play with your life. You got a 20% chance that you're not gonna survive. You don't want that guy. You don't want that guy. I'm sorry. I don't want that guy. I want the guy that was like right on point. I'm sorry if I'm making y'all scared to go to doctors, but I be just thinking about that sometimes. And my wife and we were sitting there talking. I was like, in my brain, I'm like, I want that good doctor. I want that good doctor. I want that doctor that I can be like, okay, he's good. He's gonna take care of me. You don't want that doctor that's like, let me do some research and figure this out. Oh man. Okay, so she hasn't responded, so she might have gone back to bed, but I don't care if she went back to bed. I'm gonna go up to the hospital. So I have some options. All right, so my day is gonna suck. I'm gonna be in the hospital all day. I'm gonna be in the hospital all day. So this is the mana cost reduction here. It reduces the mana cost of your attacks and stuff like that. Like this costs 12 mana right now. It'll reduce it reduced from what it was. And so you just go, I gotta get that. That'll reduce the mana cost of what it costs to actually execute like this. And this one is 12 as well. Just gotta reduce the mana cost of these, get them lower, get them set and everything like that a little lower, get them functional. Let's go ahead and look at what we got here just so everybody's aware. So critical strike chance is 48%. Hold up a second. 48%. Oh, I got to do this. Put this here and go to my hideout. Get that dude out. And go into there, gems, and let's see if I got a meat shield. If I got a meat shield, that's gonna be, nope. Purchase. So it's either meat shield or life. I think I'm gonna go life. I just want the dude to be able to survive. So now the dude is coming, he produces with that. Let's look at this now. So my critical strike chance is 54% on a regular basis. So I got a 54% chance of critting. That's what I got. 54% chance of critting. That's without any power charges or anything like that. I'm going to 54% chance of me being able to crit. That's okay. Not the greatest. That's also, I got these 2 rings at 30%. So I get 30%. So that's 60% there. And then I get 60% from this other one. So that's a total of 120% just from that, just from the rings. Let's go ahead and add in some other things. So now that does get tallied into this, just so y'all know. That does already get tallied into this. Okay, into the 54.5. Now, it just gets better over time. And the reason why that is going to get better over time is, so when I have power charges, it's going to just get even better. This one's giving me 90% chance, a critical strike chance. That's going to be good. As soon as I get my ascendancy, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grab another 40%, I think it is. So that's 15. And then also what I'm doing is I'm taking the one that's going to generate power charges as soon as possible, as fast as possible. That's another thing. One other thing that I did not actually think about is $2 mil to I might have to change my coloring scheme again. So what I did before was I get my, by doing this, I actually get myself an extra what's it called? An extra 200,000 points of damage. So this is what I did. I didn't realize, and I didn't think about it. Since I'm going multiplier, right? Since I'm going multiplier, why don't I use Nightblade? Supported skills grant elusive on critical strike. Critical strike. Supported skills have a 0.7 critical strike chance per while elusive. That's not really that big of a deal. Elusive from supported skills also grants plus 100% to critical strike multiplier for the supported multiplier for skills supported by Nightblade. Elusive from supported skills also grants crit multiplier to critical strike multipliers for skills supported by Nightblade. So if I put that inside, and we're going for crit multiplier. She didn't answer yet. Okay, we're going for crit multiplier, right? Since we're doing crit multiplier, increased critical strike damage, which is what I was going to be trying to do. This one only gets up to 130 multiplier, and that's all it does. 130 multiplier. While Nightblade gets up to 144% multiplier. So I get another 14% multiplier just by using this, as well as I'm going to automatically get critical strike chance as well. It's going to make me elusive immediately. So when running that with with running Nightblade and everything like that, and always being elusive, you don't have to necessarily do gain elusive on critical strikes and more elusive effectiveness. You don't have to worry about that because you're getting it from the other thing. So you could actually go with something else. And what you would go with is ambush and assassinate, which means 15% more damage with hits and ailments against enemies that are low life, plus 40% to critical multipliers against enemies that are on full life, 100% critical strike chances against enemies at full life, 100% more critical strike chance against enemies that are on low life. Critical strike chances have culling strike, so you get a huge increase in damage. So you get automatically from culling strike 240% extra damage, versus if I decide to go the route where I go and grab the elusive. You can grab elusive. Elusive means you take no extra damage from critical strikes while I have elusive. So I always will have elusive when I crit. But so the benefits are you get a little bit of extra elusive effect, and you won't take extra critical strike damage. You'll take critical strikes, but not extra critical strike damage. I can go that route, and it caps out at 2.3 mil. If I take that off and I go the other route, I cap out at 2.4 mil, and you also get culling strike. So that's probably the route I'll go, because I want that culling strike. That culling strike means boom, things die. Bing, things are gonna die. And so that's a great thing. All right, I'm gonna get on off here, guys. I'm sorry for the short stream. I know it's only been an hour and a half, but my wife did wake up, and she's in the hospital all alone. And so since she's in the hospital all alone, I'm gonna go spend some time with my wife. I'm sorry, guys. I gotta go spend time with the wife. I love her. Talk to you guys later. Peace out. And I hope this helps you in your quest for ultimate power. Talk to you later. Peace.